the winter coming, and it's so nice. Anyone who lives in Texas knows what the summers are like here. They are brutal. So I'm ready for this cool weather. Last winter was actually not very cold. Usually the temperatures get pretty extreme here. The summers get really hot and the winters get really cold, but last winter was not very cold actually. So I'm really looking forward to fall and a cool breeze, and I can feel it coming. Waist is a little bit below 25.5, so I'm shrinking a little bit. Hips are still 36. Thighs are still 20. My weight is 125.4, so that's a little bit of a fraction smaller than yesterday, lighter than yesterday. So I'm inching towards 125, slowly but surely. I think I'd be going faster if I was jogging for a long time every day, but I didn't really jog for very long yesterday. So later in the day today, after the sun goes down and it cools off, I'll go for a long jog to speed up my progress. I did 300 jumping jacks this morning, so I got a little bit of a workout this morning. But I'll work out again later on today. And I got some raw organic almonds yesterday. I haven't had almonds in a while. Usually I like cashews or pistachios are my favorite, and I can just eat them plain out of a bowl. Almonds not so much. I love almonds, but they're just not my favorite flavor, just to eat plain. So what I like to do with almonds is crush them up. I like to crush them up and sprinkle them on some bananas with some strawberry sauce or something like that. So I'm going to do that right now. So to crush them up, you want to find a surface, because I use a hammer to crush them up. So you definitely don't want to hammer on anything that's going to break. So I'm not going to hammer on my ceramic tile countertop. So I just got a piece of particle board. And I used to put it in a plastic bag. I used to put the almonds in a plastic bag and hammer them in the bag so they wouldn't scatter everywhere, but I'm trying to cut down on plastic so I don't buy plastic bags anymore. Also, I don't want traces of plastic in my food. So what I did is I just rolled up a towel and I made a little barrier. So when I crush up the almonds, they won't scatter everywhere. Okay. And get some. So I'm just going to crush up the almonds first. I rinsed off the hammer really well. And just take however many you want to crush. I mean, you can do this with walnuts, pecans, any kind of nut. Some of them are still jumping out, like Mexican jumping beans. And you can crush it up however fine you want it. You want it really, really fine and dusty, or large chunks, whatever you want to do. You could place them in a towel. I tried that before, but then you can't see what you're doing. You can't see the almonds, and you don't know what you're hitting. This way you can see exactly what you're hitting, and it's just more efficient. Ooh, bye-bye. So this is really fast and easy easy, relatively. Okay, so I have some fresh, raw organic chopped almonds in no time. Hello. Okay. With a little bit of a mess. Now, I cut up a coconut yesterday, so I'm going to try to chop up some coconut too. Delicious. Well, coconut doesn't chop up so much. You really have to chop it up really fine and then try to crush it. So I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to eat the coconut later. Okay, and bananas are my favorite thing to use for this. Because bananas, these were the spottiest ones I could find. You want to find bananas that are a little bit spotty, not pristine green, because that means they're really, really ripe and they have a good amount of nutrients, more nutrients than the ones that are underripe and have a lot of green in them. So I like to use bananas for this because bananas have that really thick, creamy kind of cheesecake texture, and it makes it the dessert kind of a cake-like texture without all the extra pounds and stomach aches that cake brings. I'm going to slice the banana in half long ways. Really carefully, you don't want to break it. And gently lay it just like that. And sometimes I use 2 bananas, but I don't know if I should use, I don't know how much I'm going to eat, I don't want to waste it. I'll just do 2 bananas. Actually, I'm just going to do 1, because I'm not sure if I'm going to eat that much, and I don't want to waste it. So I got 2 bananas here. And I got a peach that I'm working on. I'm going to use the rest. Slice up this peach and sprinkle the peach slices on top of the banana for some extra flavor. Just in little small bites. And sprinkle that on top of the banana. And you just try not to eat this thing before you get it finished because it looks so good. Yummy! So I have bananas with raw bananas and raw peaches. Doesn't that look good? I mean, you could just eat it like that, really. But I'm not done. Now I'm going sprinkle. I mean, you could add as much fruit as you want on here, but I'm just going to stop here. Now I'm going to take my almonds, sprinkle them on here. Wowie, that looks good. Chopped almonds. Should have made more almonds, but oh well. And now I have some dates for some extra ooey gooey chewiness. Chop up some dates. Because dates have that really chewy, taffy-like texture. It's really unique to other fruits. So chop them up into little bites, sprinkle those on there. As much as you want. Maybe one more. So really chop up, if you're a nut lover like me, I'm definitely a nut lover, chop up a lot of nuts if you like nuts. I didn't chop up enough. I wish I would have done more, but oh well. Next time. Okay, that's enough dates, I think. And then I'm just going to take some strawberries, and I'm just going to hand crush these strawberries into a chunky strawberry sauce. Just with my hands are clean, I wash them. And we don't have to clean a blender, but I hate cleaning dishes. What, buddy? So just quickly, the faster you do this, the faster you get it done. You don't have to sit here and, labor over everything. Oh, this looks so good. As many strawberries as you want. And I just left the leaves on for a little bit of green. Goopy! What, Cooper? Cooper! Wanna go outside? Come here, buddy. Come here. Cooper. Maybe one more strawberry. Okay, I think I'm good. And there we go. Look at that. So I have bananas, peaches, almonds, dates, and strawberries. Oh my. Like for real? Yes, for real. Oh my God. I wish you were here to enjoy this with me. I feel guilty eating this all myself. So good. The dates, oh, the dates really give it that thick, chewy. So look at this. So I'm glad I didn't do 2 bananas because that would have been a lot. But I've done 2 bananas before. But I put a lot of toppings on this. I just didn't have the time to chop it all up, because you really got to chop for raw coconut meat. It's really thick and tough. So you really got to chop it up really fine and then hammer it. Because if you try to hammer big pieces like this, it's not really going to work. But coconut on here would have been really good. So you have you have the creaminess of the bananas, the tarty tanginess of the strawberries, and the crunchiness of the almonds, the sweetness of the peaches, and then the chewy, ooey gooiness of the dates, and it's just unbelievable. In under 5 minutes, completely raw and completely non-fattening. You could eat a huge mound of this stuff and still lose weight and still be slim. I mean, how awesome is raw food? I mean, it's just badass, excuse my language. But that's just the only word to describe it. Heaven. Really unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievably delicious and completely non-fattening. You don't have to eat fattening food for good taste. You really don't. You really don't. I mean, it's just, oh my gosh. So I don't know how many calories and fat, I don't know the nutrition information, I should calculate it. I'll calculate that later, but dates are very high in calories, lots of energy in dates. Just sweetness everywhere, carbs, very high carbs. Everything in here has fiber. Everything in here is packed with vitamins and minerals, undamaged by heat because everything is raw. The nuts, you get tons of fat and protein in the almonds. Everything. Not missing out on nothing.